On the last golden afternoon of summer break, three friends, Lily, Marcus, and Javier, were sprawled across the grass in Maplewood Park, trading stories and laughter. A gentle breeze stirred the leaves overhead. Suddenly, a soft whine drifted through the air. The children froze. From behind a clump of bushes emerged a medium-sized dog, fur dusty and tangled, eyes wide with confusion. He hesitated at the edge of the playground, tail low, as if gauging whether it was safe to approach. Lily was the first to stir. "Poor thing," she whispered, rising to her feet. The dog took a tentative step forward, then paused, as though caught between relief and fear. Marcus edged nearer, extending a palm. "Here, boy," he murmured. Slowly, the dog crept closer, sniffed Marcus's hand, and gave a tentative lick. "No collar," Javier observed, scanning the dog's neck. The realization settled over them. This dog was lost, with no obvious way to trace his owner. They coaxed him into the shade of a nearby oak and rummaged through their backpacks for water and snacks. The dog, brindle-colored with expressive brown eyes, lapped gratefully at the water bottle they managed to uncork, then munched at a granola bar Marcus offered. They decided to call him Buddy, hoping the name might comfort him. But fun and light-hearted as the moment felt, they knew the real work had just begun, finding Buddy's home. Their first step was the park's bulletin board. Lily carefully pinned a handwritten note. "Found dog in park, no collar." Very friendly. Call Lily at 555-0198. Below it, they placed a photo of Buddy, leash trailing on the grass. Next, they approached every adult in sight. "Has anyone lost a dog?" they asked tourists, joggers, parents pushing strollers. Everyone shook their heads or politely averted their eyes. As the sun dipped lower, the children felt the weight of responsibility settle in. Buddy depended on them now. Together, they agreed to take Buddy to Mrs. Patel's veterinary clinic on Elm Street. Mrs. Patel was kind and fair, and she'd done microchip scans before. "He's a sweetheart," Lily told her as they entered, Buddy licking her hand. After a quick exam, Mrs. Patel swabbed the scanner over Buddy's shoulder blades. The machine beeped, then fell silent. "No chip," she said gently. "Let's look for any other clues." Buddy received a clean bill of health, no injuries, just hunger and neglect, and a small bag of donated dog food for the kids to take home. Armed with food, water, and renewed determination, the trio hit the streets of their neighborhood around the clinic. They pinned missing dog posters on lamp posts, grocery store windows, and on the backs of old bulletin boards. Each flyer showed Buddy's face and the promise of a reward, store-bought squeaky toys, and a month of dog-walking services. Javier even posted on the local Facebook group, "Found dog named Buddy," hoping a digital miracle might reconnect him to his owner. Days passed, and Buddy settled into their after-school routine. He trailed them everywhere, sitting patiently during homework sessions, napping at their feet during movie nights, bounding along carefree in the park once more. In those moments, the children forgot he was lost. Lily discovered that Buddy adored belly rubs. Marcus taught him to sit on command. Javier found that Buddy's favorite game was fetch with a bright orange tennis ball. Their bond deepened, and they ached at the thought of letting him go, if an owner ever came forward. One afternoon, as they walked Buddy past the community center, they encountered Officer Daniels, the local animal control officer. He paused, examining Buddy's wagging tail and hopeful face. "Still looking for someone to claim him?" he asked. They handed over the latest stack of posters. Officer Daniels sighed. "I've checked shelters all around town. No one's reported him missing." He crouched to scratch Buddy behind the ears. "He's a fine dog. You three have done a great job." Yet the official tone in his voice told them what they already feared. Buddy's owner might never appear. The children held a small reunite or adopt meeting in Lily's backyard. Each took a seat on the patio steps. Buddy curled comfortably at their feet. Lily spoke first. "I don't want him to stay at the shelter forever if we can't find his family." Marcus nodded. "He's part of our family now. But is it okay to keep someone else's dog?" Javier closed his eyes. "We can foster him until his owners show up or until we find a forever home," he offered. The decision felt right, but they knew convincing their parents would be another challenge. They laid out the plan to Lily's mom over pasta and meatballs that evening. She listened thoughtfully, glancing at Buddy's hopeful face framed by the window. "He's a wonderful dog," she conceded, "but fostering him means vet bills and extra care. Your dad and I will need to discuss it." Their hearts sank, but they weren't ready to give up. Over the next few days, they helped Mrs. Patel collect donations for Buddy's care and presented the receipts, proof that they could shoulder some of the financial burden themselves if given a chance. 3 days later, Lily's dad, a strict but fair man, surprised them at the dinner table. "We've talked it over," he said, setting down a small pile of cash on the table. "We'll cover his vet bills. But you three must promise to care for him as long as it takes. If his owner comes forward, we return him. If not, he becomes a part of our family, with all the responsibilities that entails. Do you agree?" The kids exchanged excited grins and nodded in unison. Buddy, sensing their joy, gave an exuberant bark that rattled the windows. With foster status confirmed, they threw themselves into Buddy's care. They established a feeding schedule, kept records of his weight, and practiced basic training commands each evening. On weekends, they organized Find Buddy's Home events at the park, inviting neighbors to meet him and share any leads. Word began to spread. Buddy was the friendly dog who loved frisbee and belly rubs, rescued by 3 determined kids. The local paper even ran a human interest story with their photo, shining a spotlight on their kindness. Weeks turned to months. No owner emerged. In the end, the children realized that Buddy's story would become their story. The day they formally adopted him was a celebration. Balloons, cupcakes, and a homemade certificate declaring Buddy a permanent Thrasher family member. Lily slipped a brand new collar around his neck, blue with little yellow bones, engraved with Buddy and their home phone number. As they took him for a walk around the block, Buddy pranced with pride, tail high, exploring the neighborhood that had become his home. That night, as they tucked Buddy into his plush dog bed in the corner of the living room, Marcus whispered, "We did the right thing, didn't we?" Buddy looked up, eyes soft and trusting, and gave a contented sigh. Lily stroked his head and murmured, "We saved each other." Javier nodded, yawning. "Yeah, he's ours now." They switched off the lights, and in the gentle glow of the hallway lamp, Buddy curled into a ball, dreaming of games yet to play and endless belly rubs to come. And so, beneath the sprawling oak in Maplewood Park, 3 friends and a once-lost dog had rewritten their destinies. They had learned that family could be chosen as well as born, that responsibility could be shouldered and shared, and that sometimes, when no owner comes forward, the greatest gift is finding a home in each other's hearts.